Good.
August. Well,
My birthday's this month, baby. Leo gang.
Leo. Oh, Leo. You know what they say about Leos?
They're
I don't fucking know.
badass.
I don't fucking know. I could care less. But rockets coming from Asia.
Rockets
Those are issues. Those are issues that we should be
over
worried
Asia.
about. No, they're not Asian rocket. Well, yeah, they are.
Oh,
Asian rockets. China
they
fires.
are. Son of a bitch.
Yep.
You're gonna
Yep.
make me
Asian
look
rocket.
bad for a minute.
Asia fires off a rocket. Or
Or
Asia.
China.
Fuck. China. Thank you. Asia is an entire continent. We had this conversation yesterday on my stream. Uh, yes. God, get your shit together.
Backtrack it. Backtrack.
Right?
It's Monday.
China fires off a rocket into the atmosphere. Problem is, it's probably going to land somewhere between California and Oregon. A lot of the debris is going to burn up in the atmosphere, but they do expect some of it to hit the ground, man. And people aren't happy about it. Imagine that.
Huh, yeah.
Imagine.
Kind of seems like
What if I told you there was a rocket going to land in your backyard? What would you think?
you may or may not have your home destroyed by debris from a rocket that didn't work out. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, China.
Yeah, they just
Fuck you doing?
a bunch of baddies over there.
They should have got Elon Musk, and they would
Elon
have been
Musk.
better. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
right.
Like,
A Chinese rocket booster that helped launch part of a space station into orbit plummeted to Earth Saturday over Southeast Asia. U.S. Space Command confirmed. I want to be a U.S. Space Commander, bro. Wouldn't that
sounds
just be a fucking
badass.
awesome title? God,
Yeah,
dang.
doesn't it?
Experts at Aerospace Corporation closely tracked the booster and believed the vast majority of the rocket burned up in the atmosphere, but said it is possible that as much as 20 to 40% of the object could have remained intact until it reached the ground. Whew. So far, there have been no reports of damage or injuries from any of the island nations that surround the Eastern Indian Ocean. So what? So let's just say that the piece of rocket does land in California. And
So
heaven
what?
forbid, let's say it takes out a farm or a barn, not a farm, a barn. There's no animals. Who the hell is responsible for that shit? Who, like what? Like your insurance,
Aliens?
like what is rocket impact covered on your insurance claim? Like
Are
I'm
you gonna
just
sue
trying to.
China?
Are you suing China? Like what? What? You know what I mean? Like how do you
I
hold this
never
place?
thought about that.
And then it's China, so it's like, what does America do? Bad
Dude,
China.
there's some crazy shit going on in China right now. There's a lot of
Always
protests
crazy
and
shit.
stuff, and they took people's money from the banks. You hear about that? Yeah,
Yeah.
people are flipping out.
It's always crazy in China, man. Like even Hong Kong.
Well,
Like
they're
there's
really pushing the
always
digital currency
protests.
that they control, and like they can decide at a certain point, like, we're gonna cut you off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Do you
really
know like Hong Kong is only allowed to like it's a democracy, barely, but it's only because like Hong Kong is like separate from China,
yeah.
but it's
And
but it's
they're going.
not.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a
I'm
weird,
like,
weird
it's a
situation.
very weird thing. It's one of those things where it's like, I just, if someone said that they were going to go to Russia to go play basketball, I'd be like, that's a bad idea, you know?
Yeah, I would do that
Similar, somebody wouldn't say, I'm going to go to Hong Kong, China. I'm thinking,
for almost
I don't,
anything. But
I don't think
the
that's a good
problem is,
idea. I don't think that's a
well,
good idea.
well, you've got like again businesses that it's like that's where they operate. I know a guy who he
McDonald's.
has to go to Japan like 4 times a year. He's
Well,
out there, and I know another. Well, I
Japan
know
is
Japan. I'm just saying,
vastly
like
different. Oh,
business
okay.
wise.
Okay.
So then I'm sure there's businesses that you'd have to do that for Hong Kong or for China.
Oh,
Is my point.
100%. 100%.
It's
Yeah,
like this guy's
100%.
going all the way to Asia from a little ass town over here.
Yeah.
I gotta believe someone else is probably in the country too. You know what I'm saying? But it's it just makes sense. But it's like
Yeah.
in this case, man, they're really fucking China's going a little more hard than Russia. Russia's fucking everyone else up. You know, they're kind of cool with the Russians, but like in China, they're literally taking money from their people, freezing their assets, and then changing the way that they're dispersing income and wealth, and then controlling everything. And then if you don't like it, well, we got the military out here to fuck your life up. Literally tanks and shit, like army, gang.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scary.
It's just like I just can't listen to somebody when someone's like, "Our country's communist. Our
And they go to
country's."
China,
I'm
son.
like, you have no idea. You have no idea. You can walk freely from your home to your place of employment. All right, that is not communist.
It's like people who will be like, "Oh, my spouse was abusive. He wouldn't let me wear all these clothes and do this." I'm like, abusive
Yeah.
or overprotective and jealous and a fucking weirdo. Like those are
Yeah.
two different things. Like in this
Yeah.
case, there's ways to describe our country and there's ways to describe communism. They don't line up.
They don't line up. They don't
No.
line up. And you kind of invalidate. You kind of pick different word. You kind of take away the integrity of your conversation
Integrity.
when, or your argument when you throw things out like this, like you're a dictator. I'm like, well, he's not
Dictator.
necessarily a
We've
dictator. I just don't think it's like dictator. It's a bit strong on the dictator, eh? But
that's what I'm
each to
saying,
each
is
their own.
it's just about throwing out these words, these general statements and shit that don't, serve the description as well as they should be, you know? It's
Mhm.
interesting.